What I just remember most is just knowing in my heart that it's not going to happen to us. That stuff happens elsewhere. It doesn't happen to us.
David said, do you hear the train? And I said, yes. And he said, hold on.
About 5,500 square feet that's now destroyed.
So a 5,500 square foot house, it's gone.
Gone. Done.
So sorry.
I'm in shock.
He said, are you okay? And I said, yes. And he said, we don't have a roof over our head. And I said, we don't have a wall beside me.
It's so sad that we had to go through the tornado, but so many good things are coming after it. We have so many things to be excited about.
Here at WeatherNation, we are constantly working to help you be better prepared for storms and disasters. And to talk a little bit more about becoming prepared, today joining us is Leslie Chapman-Henderson. She is the president and CEO for the Federal Alliance for Safe Homes, or FLASH. Leslie, thanks for joining us today. Now, as I mentioned, we are always working to get better prepared for disasters and storms here at WeatherNation. Tell us a little bit about FLASH and how we kind of are working to do the same things.
Well, our organization is nonprofit. We turned 25 last year, and we were founded with the mission to strengthen homes and safeguard families from disasters of all kinds. That mission hasn't changed in 25 years. So what we're always seeking and sharing is information that you can use today, first and foremost, to keep your family safe, but also what can you do around your house that's affordable? Sometimes it's even do it yourself to survive whatever that hazard is: earthquake, winter storm, flood, hurricane, tornado. There are always things we can do. And that's what we're in the business of, is sharing that information.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that preparation process. And when we talk about insurance, I know a lot of times people say, you say the word insurance and their eyes roll back in their head and like, oh my goodness. But it's a critical thing to talk about beforehand. And that's something that you guys do a lot of.
Absolutely. So what you want with your insurance policy and your coverage is you want to live by the no surprises rule. You need to contact your company or sit down with your agent and say, hey, let's do a checkup. And you look at your coverages. The first thing you need to figure out is, do I have enough or do I have too much? Because it affects your premium. And then as you go through a questionnaire, and they all have a great way of guiding you through the question and answer process, what you can also do is identify ways to save money. And so you have some standard things that are going to help you get discounts. And then you have disaster specific discounts by the different hazards. So if it's hurricane, do you have shutters? If it's wildfire, do you have fire resistant decking? You never want to have to use your insurance. But if you do, you want it to be right. But isn't it wonderful to prevent the loss in the first place?
You have responded to all kinds of disasters, and from an insurance standpoint, and as well as from emergency management things. When it comes to the insurance side, what is one of the largest mistakes, or one of the consistent mistakes that you see time and time again that people make?
We encourage everybody to have some type of safety fund or safety net set aside so that if you need it for recovery, you have it. But when it comes time to have a claim, you want to make sure you have what you need and that your part can be done. The other thing besides deductible is a home inventory. And this one's so easy. So we want everyone to take their camera phone, walk through the house, open the doors, snap pictures of the back of all your electronics, serial numbers, model numbers, and just capture and stick up on the cloud an inventory of what you have. If you have a claim of any type, that inventory is going to speed you through the process compared to having to start from scratch.
And my suggestion to people is, I always say, don't try to bite it all off at once, but do something every month or at least every week in that direction. Would you say that that's a pretty good idea of how to approach your insurance ideas as well?
Yeah, that's a perfect way to tackle it. It is overwhelming, especially if it's uncertain for you. But remember, your company is there to help you, and they'd like nothing more than to make sure that you have what you need. So they don't want any surprises either, because they want to take care of their customers. If they come to us, we are nonprofit. Our resource and referral is all free of charge, of course, and we're backed by the best academic and private laboratory research in the US and globe. It's flash.org. And at flash.org, you can go right to the thing you're worried about, say it's a hailstorm or a winter storm, or you can put in your address and get a more customized readout on the kinds of retrofits and different things you can do.
I love it. The more we can be prepared ahead of time, the better things will be with our mitigation and recovery process afterwards. So Leslie Chapman-Henderson with the Flash of the Federal Alliance for Safe Homes, thank you for joining us today. I look forward to future conversations where we can help more and more people be prepared again, but thank you for joining us.
Thank you for what you do, and thank you so much for having me.